Hey there, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you're watching this from. And this is just gonna be I say talk on trying to get used to failures, trying to get used to things not happening your way, trying to get used to regret. So I guess you can basically call it a talk about trying to get used to things. All the jokes aside, I guess you know, at times when things doesn't necessarily go our way, and there are many cases in our lives where that's gonna happen. I mean, if it hasn't already, then it will. Yeah, and if it has, then it's gonna continue to happen. So there's another thing there. Yeah, but pretty much it's an endless cycle until you grow old and you until you leave this earth and all that. You're gonna go through ups and downs. You're going to go through things not going your way, no matter how much planning you do, no matter how much effort you do, into trying to make it seem so perfect and make it seem so, well thought out and planned out and perfectly aligned and all that and timed so well. No matter how much you try to do that, there are going to be moments where things are going to backfire, things are going to backlash, things are going to completely fail and blow up or something, and it's gonna be painful. you know it's gonna be painful. I mean, it goes without saying. I mean, you work so hard, or you've put out your everything into it, your blood, sweat, tears, time, all of that stuff into something for so long, and it never really works out. And that sucks. There's no other way to put it. That sucks. Having it not turn out the way that you want it to turn out, having your plan just completely ruined by unforeseen circumstances. Because we can literally calculate every single measurement that we have to take from from step one to step 10, or from point A to point B, but there's always going to be something that comes in the way of that and messes it up completely, and we have to go back to the drawing board, try to get everything figured out again, try to first solve this problem and then get back to what we're really trying to go for, and that's hindrance. It happens. It's not always perfect. It's not always gonna go your way, and it sucks. you know But I don't want to be, too negative, because, that's not how my talks are. That's not what I want my talks to be as well. Let me shed some light on this completely gloomy and dark talk so far. Even though things don't go your way, it doesn't mean that, you ain't gonna reach that goal that you're trying to go for. You know, just because a hindrance or a problem or an obstacle comes in the way of your plan and stops you for a while doesn't mean that you're gonna stay there, and doesn't mean that your plan is completely ruined and isn't never gonna get fixed. It is gonna get fixed, and you're gonna be on your way back there to your path. But you can't stop problems from coming. You can't stop from situations coming and stopping you, whether that be financially, emotionally, physically, health-wise. You might have some issues or family problems or any of those things. There's a lot of things that you have to consider when going after certain things or certain careers or this and that. In its life. It's the biggest game we've ever played, and it's the biggest game that we've been playing and will continue to play for the rest of our lives, for how long we live. There's going to be so many things that are going to stop you, but it doesn't mean that, you should stop there. It doesn't mean that you should give up on it. Let me shed some light on how to deal with these things, I guess. So, trying to deal with setbacks is really hard, but I think first and foremost, it should come from here. You have to deal with the situations at hand. You have to accept it face value. At face value, you have to accept it for what it is. You can't sugarcoat it, or you can't try to fantasize about it, or try to, say that, this is just a hurdle, it's gonna go away in like that with a snap of a finger. It's not. Sometimes it's gonna take days, sometimes it's gonna take hours, sometimes it's gonna take years or months. But yeah, you are gonna overcome it, and it has to start with here. Because if you let your emotions get the better of you, then well, I guess you're screwed. Because it is you're gonna be making decisions, making plans, strategizing based on the problem that you've encountered, based on your emotions. And as we all know, so far, if you base everything you're gonna do solely on emotion, it's not gonna turn out so well. I mean, you're gonna have the drive and passion, or you're gonna have that, perseverance and determination, and that's good. You're gonna need that, but you're also gonna need to think logically, because if you just, like I said, go with your emotion, you're gonna end up hurting yourself because yeah, disappointment is a thing. So you gotta think about it as well. You know, like think about how am I gonna overcome this situation, or how I'm gonna overcome this problem with having the minimum risk possible, with having the most efficient solution out of it. And you gotta think about that. All right, so that's the thing. Put your mind first, your emotions second. Second thing is, I guess, don't lose hope. And I know it's really hard, so I'm not gonna tell you just, have faith, have hope, everything's gonna work out fine. I'm not gonna tell you to not lose hope in the thing that you're chasing after, because sometimes things don't work out and sometimes you have to give it up. So I'm not going to tell you to keep holding on to that, but don't lose hope in yourself, your determination, your drive, and your perseverance towards certain things, or towards you know life itself, because I believe that despite you not being able to pursue your passion or pursue the certain job of yours or career, or life that you want to live, you have that drive, that passion, that perseverance, that determination to do something really special in the world. If it's not the thing that you enjoy, it might be in another thing. But you have to not lose hope, and most importantly, not lose those traits that you've gotten along the way, as you've grown, because that is another key factor in pushing you forward through every single obstacle that you encounter along the way. As long as you're determined, as long as you're, passionate about a certain thing, as long as you're, driven and freaking persistent, you will break through every single obstacle life has to throw at you. So, yeah, that's what you got to do. And third thing, believe in yourself. Again, it comes in here and it comes in here. This thinks positively about yourself, then this right here will follow. Because if you keep bad mouthing yourself, if you keep, you know, what do you call this, insulting yourself and demotivating yourself because of little mistakes, or because of little failures that happen along the way, because things just didn't work out, you know, and you gave your best, you tried, you did your best, you did whatever you could, considering your circumstances, and you still blame yourself. Sometimes, I mean, it's good to take accountability, but sometimes too much accountability, with too much accountability is not too good as well, because there are other factors, that may affect certain situations in your life that may happen. It's not all you. I mean, it's probably 90%, but there's that still 10% of things that may not, that may affect a certain situation or how it's gonna go, that isn't in your hands. So yeah, that's the thing. You have to think. You have to think. You just don't beat up yourself over it, because okay, like let's say you didn't. Okay, you had a shortcoming, you had a failure. If you let that failure stick with you for the rest of your life, you're gonna keep second guessing. You're gonna keep, demotivating yourself. You're gonna stop yourself from experiencing things and gifts and, scenarios and situations that may otherwise be beneficial for you. And that is, that is, that will just leave you with regret, because you miss out on opportunities that may otherwise skyrocket you to where you want to be in life, and that's never good. You know, a wasted opportunity is something that that's gonna stick with you, and that's why you gotta take every chance that you get. So, yeah, don't beat yourself up on this one. Failures first. You know, believe in yourself. Tell yourself that you can do it, and you'll persevere. You'll this one, no matter how hard it gets. You know, you may need to take some time off if you're really going through some rough patches, but you know, at the end of the day, you're gonna go back to it, and you're gonna start out fresh. You know, start out fresh. And then the fourth thing is opportunities. Yeah, don't take them for granted, and you know, don't miss out on them. You know, they're everywhere, literally. I mean, search. I get what you're trying to search for it, and sometimes you know it could get really annoying that it's not coming to you. But when it does, you know, when or where it does, you know, grab it as soon as you see it because you know it may never come again. You know, an opportunity is once in a lifetime for some people. So yeah, take take it. You know, go for it. And then the last one, the fifth one that I'm about to say is don't lose track of where you started out and where you want to go. Because like I said, there are things that are gonna, you know, screw up your whole plan, mess everything up, and you're gonna be so, you know, you're gonna be broken. You're gonna feel broken. You're gonna feel empty. You're gonna feel like there's something lacking because you you were working on something, but now you're not working on that specific thing that you started out with. And then you start to question yourself, you know, why am I doing this? Is this something that I really want to do? Is this, you know, the thing that I started out with, or this is the thing that I want to, you know, build up to, or any of that? And you're gonna come up with no because you lost track of where you were going. So always remember what you're doing this for and where you see yourself being in this certain field and how you're gonna achieve it. And you know, basically why did you start this in the first place? You gotta keep that all in mind. You gotta keep that in here. And once again, if when this has it, this will follow right here. All right. Yeah. But yeah, that's all my tips, I guess, and that's all for this talk on trying to deal with certain setbacks, failures, and all that. Anyways, hope it helped in any way. And yeah, if you're going through any, you know, situations like the ones I've mentioned, I hope this at least sheds some light towards, you know, the things that you're confused about. And yeah, thank you guys again for watching, and hope you have a great day. Bye bye.